Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about anatomical planes. We will start our topic with introduction. Anatomical planes are imaginary flat surfaces that divide the body into sections, helping to describe locations, movements and orientation of body structures in medical and anatomical studies. They are essential in medical imaging, surgery, and physical training. And here at the side, you can see the diagram showing three anatomical planes. The one is sagittal plane, second is coronal plane, and third is transverse plane. Now let's talk about the types of anatomical plane. As we earlier said, anatomical plane types are sagittal plane, coronal plane that is also called as frontal plane, transverse plane that is also called as horizontal plane, and as than that we have oblique plane. And now we will talk about them one by one so that you can better understand what plane is about what line or what direction. Now let's start with the sagittal plane. Sagittal plane is the plane that divides the body into left and right halves. It's called a sagittal plane. Its types are mid-sagittal plane that passes exactly through the midline, creating equal left and right halves, while the other type of sagittal plane is parasagittal plane that does not pass through the midline, creating unequal left and right halves. So they are the two types of sagittal plane, that are mid-sagittal plane and the parasagittal plane. Now let's talk about the example of sagittal plane. A forward lung in exercise occurs along the sagittal plane. And other than that, MRI scans often take sagittal images to examine the brain and spinal cord. Now let's talk about the next plane, the coronal plane. Here you can see in the diagram the coronal plane. It is the plane that divides the body into front and back section, or we can define it as the plane that divides the body into anterior and posterior direction is called as coronal plane. Its example include a jumping jack motion that occur along the coronal plane and X-ray imaging of chest that often uses the coronal view. Next we have is transverse plane, and in diagram you can also see the transverse plane that is in green color, and it can define as the plane that divides the body into upper and lower section, or the plane that divides the body into superior and inferior section is called as transverse plane. Its examples include twisting the torso during a golf swing moves through the transverse plane, and CT scan frequently use transverse plane slice to view internal organs. Now let's talk about the oblique plane. That is the plane that is basically a diagonal cut that does not align with the traditional sagittal, coronal and transverse plane is called as oblique plane. Its example or its importance is when there is certain surgical approaches that use oblique cuts for better access, and dynamic sports movements such as baseball pitch often occur along the oblique plane. So this is the importance of oblique plane. Now let's talk about the conclusion of all of this lecture video. Anatomical planes are crucial for medical imaging, movement analysis, and understanding the human body structure. By studying them, medical professionals and fitness experts can better diagnose, treat, and train individuals effectively. And this was all about the planes, anatomical planes, and hopefully you like the video. If you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for watching.